Yo, so before this video starts, I want to give a huge shout out to Luigi, A Pair of Hands, PixelFuss TV, Spider-Man3635, Ice Sweats, and Gabby Campus, or slash these guys. They've been helping me out a lot, and they've done videos on the mod and stuff. All their channels and videos on the mod will be down in the description. Make sure to check those out. And with that, let's get on to the video. If you'd ask me what Luigi's Mansion Co-op is, I would simply respond a mod. But technically, when it first came out, it wasn't really a mod. It was simply a code that you would put in your emulator, and it was emulator only. It didn't work on anything else other than the Dolphin emulator. Back when it first came out in 2019, it was a mess. And I really mean a mess. Because even though it quote-unquote worked, it wasn't a fun experience. Of course, people tried fixing it later on, like add a lot of stuff to it, make the second player more useful, give him, some abilities that are the same as player 1, but nobody really succeeded. And at first, when it first came out, it was, pretty popular. Like, people were making videos on it. Swanky Box, notice me. But yeah, after that, it just kind of flopped, and it wasn't that popular again. Now, when I came along in 2023, I think I forgot, I don't fucking care anymore, because it's drama. When I came along, I tried to fix it, and I kind of did some stuff. By myself, I fixed the boo catching, and I made the game more stable, and I kind of fixed some of the warps, but, just kind of. But, at the time I run, it was pretty good. But now I won't mention what happened at that time, but the community was kind of at its, well, nobody was really modding anymore, and later that year, the fucking owner of the community got framed as a Nazi, and yeah, he was a Nazi. He groomed a 16-year-old into believing the Nazi ideology. So yeah, that's the Luigi's Mansion modding community for you. Yeah, but anyway, when I came along, I kind of made a dev team, and the whole fucking dev team started working on making the mod more developed, let's put it that way. Even though we weren't like a lot of people, the max of the dev team was 4, but now it's at half, just me and another person. Because again, drama in the Luigi's Mansion modding community, because that's how it fucking is. Yeah, and I don't think it will ever get fixed. Yeah, me and my deputy started working on stuff, and we actually got a Luigi working, which is really surprising, because in the original game, in the original action replay code, what we found was it was simply a value in the game, and it was 0, and when switched to 1, it was spawn a second player. Now 1 means 2 players, and as you guess, if you put 2, it will spawn 3 players, and 3, 4 players, and so on. Now you can go up to 10 players, but only 4 end up being controllable, because, there's only 4 ports of controllers to put. You can't really put anything else. And if you do end up spawning 10, only 4 when I was spawning with the poltergeists, because that's the only playable amount. That's the max playable amount of players. Now, in theory, if someone would be able to make an online multiplayer mod, of course you would spawn more, because it's not running locally. It's running on a server, so you would really be able to spawn as many Luigi's as you want. But yeah, without a proper decomp, there's not really much you can do. I'm surprised we even got this far along with the mod, because there's no decomp available. I mean, there is one, but it's very early and abandoned. Even though there's forks of it, trying to make it, usable, and actually make it make sense. That makes sense in itself. Anyway, so what we did with the mod was we made 7 player into a Luigi, so now there's Luigi and Luigi, which, actually it was like Luigi from Luigi's Mansion 3. It's transparent, it has that gooey kind of texture to it. Only problem was it didn't work on console, but we kind of figured how to get Luigi working on console, and it's pretty simple. It's kind of using part of the original code, so it just spawns the second Luigi, but we change the textures, not a full model, just the textures, so it uses green textures instead of Luigi's textures, and that actually works, so yippee! Another thing that we fixed, and that's one of the biggest accomplishments that this mod has ever had, was we fixed the Game Boy horror. Literally, that's the one thing that kept you from 100%ing the game in its entirety, because you couldn't go into mouse holes and you couldn't scan, the cheese, for example, to get the gold mice. You couldn't scan different warps like the mirrors, so if you go in the sealed room from the roof of the mansion, you just get stuck and soft locked and you have to reset the game. Now at first, when we fixed the warps, we actually just like kind of put like invisible doors, so you would just be able to like go through a door and just not get soft locked. But one, that's not the pretty way to do it, and two, that's just not kind of original at this point. But mods, they don't really need to have like that original feeling to it. Of course, if this being a multiplayer mod, you need the game to be as close to the original as possible. Take control of the mechanics in the game and port into player 2 and all that stuff. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that we are thinking more about functionality other than actual prettiness, but at that point we are kind of a half-half, so it works and it's close to the original, so that's great. Now, it's not perfect by any means, it still has bugs and all that stuff, but it works, and that's what we care about. Now, another thing that we did was we actually got player 2 to regenerate. Now, again, it's not perfect. We can only regenerate if player 1 picks a heart and not player 2, but I don't remember how it is in Luigi's Mansion 3. Can Luigi pick up hearts? Like, I actually do not remember. I haven't played Luigi's Mansion 3 in a while. I only played Luigi's Mansion 1, and that's to mod. That's the only reason I play it. And another thing that we did was keys. Now, if player 1 picks a key, player 2 can now use it. So no more soft locks, no more stuff, no more you go there, I grab the key, and you stay useless until I grab the key. You can grab the key, player 2 can use it, and you can both go on your ways. Another thing that we plan on fixing, and it's half done. It's a half-baked feature. We're kind of making the mod let you roam the mansion separately, and yes, I know it was in the original trailer, but because of time restraints and really it not working, being buggy as hell, we removed it, and we plan on adding it on future releases of the mod. I know that I said 3.0 will be the last release, but I don't know, honestly. Like, as much as I want to stop working on it because it's making my head go crazy, I still want to work on it because it's kind of my own thing, and it's unique in its own way. Like, there's no other Luigi's Mansion multiplayer mod available than other than the AR code from like years ago. That's fucking 7 years, okay? 7 years, no updates. When I came along 2023, and so that's like we didn't fix much, but it's a lot better. Like side by side, if you take the original code and the co-op mod, like my version of the co-op mod, that's the night and day difference. Oh yeah, we also added health counter, so now you can see player 2's health. So now yeah, you don't have to play until player 2 dies and then you reset, and then you have 1 HP, and then player 2 dies again, and so that's great and all. Now, because we did the thing, so now you can have like Luigi, you can also have other characters' works. If you watch Swanky Box, which Swanky Box is actually what got me into Luigi's Mansion modding, that video where he played the Luigi's Mansion co-op mod, the AR code version, and he said how buggy it was. Yeah, that's what got me into Luigi's Mansion modding, and that's how this whole thing started out. Even though I found about it like really late, actually so late, I still got into it, and yeah, now we did that. Anyway, what I wanted to say is the mod kind of became its own thing, and now it's a mainstream thing, and I still want to update it, but time and exams and stuff, life gets in the way a lot, and the drama gets in the way a lot, even though it stopped. Now I kinda turned, because all the other modding servers are dead, I kinda turned my server into a modding server. If you wanna like learn stuff about modding or are interested in other mods, you can, check in the description down below. You'll have a link with the server invite on Discord. You don't need to join. I'm just saying if you're interested in this stuff and, seeing up if the god mod will get updated and stuff. So yeah, if you care, just, like, sub, join the Discord, see when I post updates on the mod. Also, if you have any questions about the mod, if I will add ... or if I will fix ... or what the drama was about ... stuff like that, you can just ask in the comments. But I don't really check YouTube that much. I only watch YouTube when I eat, so that's awesome. I don't know what else to yap about, so I'll probably just end the video here. If you have any questions about your mod, again, join the fucking Discord. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment, whatever you want. Peace out. This was Military Osaka, and bye-bye.